Two people who never learned how to choose each other finally collide at the moment life tears apart the last hope between them. Ava had always believed that love was supposed to save people, yet every time she looked at Noah, she felt the truth she'd spent years avoiding. Some people are meant to love deeply, painfully, endlessly, but never in a way that leads them home. Their story began in a quiet village outside Portland, a place where fog curled around pine trees like secrets refusing to leave, and where silence could fill entire rooms without ever feeling empty. They were childhood neighbors, the kind who shared stolen summer nights by the river, laughing like the world was nothing more than the sound of water hitting stones. But life changed when they moved to Chicago years later, both chasing different dreams that never align. Ava wanted peace, Noah wanted possibility. She wanted slow mornings with warm coffee, he wanted skyscrapers and speed. She held her heart like something breakable, he tossed his like something replaceable. And yet, neither of them could forget that one night in Portland, the night he held her face with trembling hands and whispered that he didn't know how to live without her, even though he'd never learned how to live with her either. In Chicago, their love became something fragile, always on the edge of shattering. Noah was too busy burying himself in work to notice the heaviness in Ava's eyes, and Ava was too busy pretending everything was fine to admit the truth that was drowning her. Every unspoken apology sat between them at dinner tables. Every unsent message lingered in the glow of their phones at 2 a.m., and every quiet heartbreak carved deeper into their chests. What hurt the most was the simplicity of it. Neither of them cheated, neither lied, neither betrayed. They simply forgot how to choose each other in a world that kept demanding too much. And on the night everything collapsed, rain hammered against their tall apartment windows while the city glowed beneath them, and Ava finally whispered the words she'd rehearsed for months. "I don't think we're good for each other anymore." Noah didn't say anything at first. He just stood there, as if he could feel every memory pressing against him from all sides. The river, the laughter, her fingers brushing his cheek, the dreams they never learned to share. His voice cracked when he finally spoke, not out of anger but out of surrender. "I don't know how to fix us." Those 6 words were enough to break them more than any fight ever could. Because Ava had spent years waiting for him to try, and Noah had spent years believing she would never leave. And when she finally walked toward the door with tears burning her skin, he didn't stop her. He didn't chase her. He didn't fight. And that was the moment she knew. Love wasn't dying. It had died already. Ava left Chicago the next morning, taking the first flight to a small town in Virginia where her cousin lived, hoping that distance would loosen the knot that had been tightening inside her for years. But heartbreak has a way of following people no matter how far they run, and every morning she woke with Noah's name sitting heavy in her chest. She would replay the last night in their apartment, the way his silence looked like regret and resignation twisted together, the way his eyes followed her, but his hands refused to reach out. Meanwhile, Noah remained in Chicago, moving through his days like a man half alive. Without Ava, the city felt too loud, too bright, too full of things that reminded him of promises he never kept. He tried to distract himself, work, friends, late, night drives along the lake, but nothing silenced the echo of her footsteps leaving their apartment. He realized too late that love doesn't survive on memories, it survives on effort, and effort was the one thing he'd always given Ava too late. Weeks passed, then months. Ava slowly rebuilt her lifelong walks, new routines, quiet evenings where she tried to teach herself how to breathe without thinking of him. But healing isn't linear, and one winter afternoon she stumbled upon a letter Noah had written years ago and left in one of her old books, one she never opened until now, The letter wasn't perfect. It didn't promise forever or beg her to stay. It simply said, "I'm scared of losing you, but I'm more scared of not being enough for you." And that was the truth that destroyed her, because Noah never lacked love. He lacked belief that he could be the person she needed. She cried until the ink blurred, wishing they had understood each other sooner, wishing timing hadn't turned them into strangers wearing memories like wounds. Noah, on the other hand, lived in quiet punishment. Every night he walked by the river in Chicago and imagined her beside him, hair tucked behind her ear, eyes soft, heart open. He imagined saying the things he never said. "I should have held you when you pulled away. I should have listened when your silence begged me to." But imagination changes nothing, and one snow-covered evening he finally wrote her a message he never sent. "I miss you in ways I don't know how to survive." Ava never saw it. Noah never sent it, and that is how incomplete love destroys people, not with betrayal but with almosts. They could have been everything, they became nothing, and some hearts never recover from the story they were supposed to live.